What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another tune from the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, composed by Yasunori Mitsuda, and this is a tune called Peaceful Days, which is essentially the first tune you hear in the game. There is actually one track that plays right before it, which plays when Chrono, or again in my playthrough Cypher, is waking up at the very beginning of the game in his bed, excited to go to the Millennial Fair because the kingdom in which he lives, Guardia, is about to celebrate its 1000th anniversary, and they're holding a fair in front of the, or on the grounds of the, the public commons, and the events of the game for everything that is to follow transpire there, and the rest, as they say, is history, and the future, and the present. Which, if you know the game, you will get the time-traveling references. But yes, Peaceful Days here begins 15-20 seconds after the very opening tune that you hear, which in the moment I forget what that one's called. And even if it's a full track in the soundtrack, the train's trying to weigh in on the matter. Nevertheless, this track, Peaceful Days, is exactly what it sounds like. It's tranquil, it's warm and comforting, it makes you feel safe and calm, which is of course the calm before the storm. Everything that happens in the game becomes a bit of a chaos, and you have to rectify problems and save your friends and other people who you meet along the way. But this tune plays in the safe tranquility of Guardia, at least at first, in the year 1000 AD, which, again, when you start the game, the kingdom seemingly has no troubles and everything is calm and relaxed and peaceful, and this tune really hits that. And it plays this tune if you stay in the area of your hometown. Now, if you go a little bit farther, like away, if you walk toward the castle or go toward Zenin Bridge in the south, a different tune, equally beautiful and serene, but a bit more mysterious, Memories of Green, plays. I did a reaction to that one already, so you can check that out. But again, this is the tune that plays in Guardia when you begin the game, and to be fair, when you go back into that area during that timeline for most of the game. So let's give it a listen. This is by series composer, or game composer and series, because Yasunori Mitsuda also did the soundtrack to Chrono Cross. But yes, this is by Yasunori Mitsuda, Peaceful Days from the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. Again, doesn't it make you just want to find a cottage and make a life in a place that is that serene and tranquil, because it certainly does for me. And of course, there's massive nostalgic feelings with that one. I mean, this whole soundtrack and game, but this tune in particular makes me think of the beginning of the game. It makes me think of starting a journey through Chrono Trigger, which I have beaten several times over the years, though when I did the playthrough for it now a couple years ago, it had been a few years, it had been a little while, so it was great to go through it again with all the folks who took the journey. And in that regard, I remember having the same feeling when I began the playthrough on YouTube. It was like, oh man, like I cannot wait to go through this game with you folks. And this tune's playing, and it's like, oh, we're at the beginning of a long journey, and it's all going to be worth it and fun, and it absolutely was. So again, if you're into playthroughs and you like long form playthroughs and classic role playing games, I encourage you to check that out. But yes, it is beautiful. It's exactly what it tries to be. Peaceful Days could not be a more perfect title. So let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.